Good evening, everyone. This is Said Tanisha. We are live right now. I'm from Integrity Immigration Group. Today we have very special guest with us, Miss Courtney April, from live from Valencia, Spain. So today we will be first of all a very warm welcome to our page Integrity Immigration Group.
Thank you.
Hope you are doing great. So all those students who are like we had been waiting since long to apply for the Spain study visa had lot of inquiries and willing to know the entire process of Spain. And we are live with today Aura Labor College from Valencia. So we will be discussing about the programs, about the what is the like general process of study visa, admission eligibilities, and regarding the campus as well. So over to you. Can you just please give a quick introduction about the college and the campus?
Yeah, sure. So we're located in Valencia, Spain. It's on the east coast. We're a very international city, but not the size of Madrid or Barcelona. We're the third biggest city, and we have some great opportunities for international students who want to, come and uh, do their admission here, learn, and even stay here. So our labor is we're quite a young college. Our academic offer is actually focused on job possibilities that are demanded here in the area. For example, we have the logistics course because we have the second biggest port of the whole of Spain, and then we have human resource because in every company all over the world in any industry has a human resource department. So we're very focused on these two great fields that we think have got many opportunities for the students in the future.
Right. So many of the students have the mindset that being like to opt for Barcelona campus will be much more better opportunities. So is it so if any student is going to the like Barcelona side, is it more favorable in terms of job opportunities or like part-time jobs and all that?
Sorry, can you repeat the last bit? Sorry.
I'm asking that many of the students have the mindset that if they opt and just apply for the campus or related to city that is Barcelona, is it like much more filled up with higher side of opportunities? Is it so, or do we have same opportunities?
We have since COVID. I've been here for a very long time in Valencia, and since COVID, we have this huge increase. We've noticed a change of it being a lot more international city, with many people from all over the world. But we still have that feeling and the traditions and the cultures. So what I'm trying to say with this is you can still come to Valencia and still have opportunities for jobs for international speaking students or international people in general because this changed so much within the last 4 or 5 years. The job opportunities have increased. I think it's around 15 to 20% since COVID. So this is really great for all the students. I always say to them, search for a job, get your head into all the legalizations and how these type of things, because it will help you in the future once you've finished your studies,
Right.
if it's a part-time job meanwhile or even afterwards.
So basically, we can like say that all those students who have their particular mindset regarding like Barcelona or something, it's not limited to particular that city. Valencia has also developed a lot in the past 3 to 4 years regarding the opportunities, regarding the whether it is related to their wages, like opportunities into the career field and all. Right. So
Yes, and I
if we
also
see
just like to point out, sorry, one thing, is Valencia got voted the best city in the world for expats by Forbes magazine. Okay, so the award was around, I think it was 2022, so 2 years ago. So this is just a demonstration of one of the most prestigious business magazines in the world, the recognition of the city being so international and the opportunities here.
okay, that's great to know. Okay, so regarding like admission process, what would be the minimum percentage in academics will be required, and what are the like basic requirements of the international student?
Yes, we always require the students to always have a pass, so a minimum 50%. If it's a little bit more, that's great, obviously. So we're around a 50, 60% minimum. We personally won't accept anyone that has less percentage than this. And the requirements are depending on the program, obviously 12th level or postgraduate. So they would have their university degree, their bachelor's. And yeah, they have to sort of carry on the field of interest. It's very recommendable. You know, we don't want, if you have a degree in hospitality and then want to do logistics, this is a little bit strange towards the embassy. So our requirements are always for the studies to be related to previous studies or even work experience.
Right, right, right.
Obviously, you have to have a passport, a valid passport, health insurance. So all these things are necessary to apply for. You know, the insurance would be after the
Right.
admission, obviously before you arrive. So yeah, all these things are necessary, but we have a great team that will guide every student hand in hand through all of this. I'm personally the person that takes the interviews with the students, so we work very hard to guide the students as much as possible.
Right, right. Okay, so like basic requirements will be related to academics. We will be like needed to student have at least 50 to 60% in between, and the most interesting and the easiest part is that students are not required to. It's not mandatory to present the IELTS score or any kind of English proficiency score. So that is waived off. So can you just a bit explain? I mean, MOI is the substitution and optional part which the student can apply while getting the admission.
Yes. So because we're even though we're in Spain, this is one of the things why Spain is starting to take off now for foreign students in the rest of the world. Because, for example, in our college, our courses are taught in English. Okay, so we personally do not require the IELTS because we will have an interview with you in English. So I can personally have a conversation with you, and I will be able to know the level of English of a student while I interview them. And obviously, yes, and if you have the MOI, it's necessary. It's fantastic. And then also we do require a statement of purpose, an SOP, and the CV of the student, because some have many, they have worked previously, so we can always relate. Look, we always get to know a little bit more about the student if we have a CV as well.
Right, right, right. Because see, these are the basic requirements regarding the documentation once any international student is applying for the admission. So, if we discuss about like the courses which we do have, what are the like most demanding courses which into the student can excel the career? So, what are those courses? Is it like comprising of any
Yes.
internships?
So, like I mentioned at the beginning, we have logistics and human resource.
Right,
In my personal opinion, myself, I can recommend both because we only have these two at the moment. So this is, it's either 50-50. But for me, the logistics course is super interesting. Okay.
right,
I say to everyone now, everyone buys online, everyone gets deliveries. Everything we own has gone through some type of logistics or supply chain management chain.
right,
So this is a great opportunity, especially with the work opportunities here as well. So once you finish your course, we have the port, we have the airport, we have the railway system. All this is just in Valencia. So you can imagine the products that come in and out of the city every day. And
right.
also, this is a way to motivate everybody is if you already speak your original language and then you speak English and then we're going to teach you Spanish as well, you're going to have three languages. And this is what people need in the logistics field because you're dealing with other countries.
Right, right, right. So basically, logistics is the main, we can say, the highlighted career in which the students can just build it up. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, students will be like having the exposure of internships as well during the course of study.
Yes, this conditions apply to this. We can give them the possibilities to do internships. It does depend on many things. This is why I said conditions apply because the students have to have proven the level of Spanish that they've learned. So they have to have conversation skills. This is very important. And then their grades also. They have to have good grades. And it depends also what they're looking for because if they're going to look for internships in a certain area in a different city, this might be more complicated. So we can offer this, but obviously conditions apply. We always recommend them to, even though we'll give them Spanish lessons, to learn Spanish
Right.
outside of your school, and their grades as well.
Right. Okay. And if like any student is eligible and approves the requirements of the scholarships, so is Aura also entertaining the scholarships to the international students?
Sorry. Depending on the profile of the student, this is not my current decision. We can give a very small scholarship, but because we're a private entity, this is not something we can entertain with absolutely everybody. So this is a decision to be made up on the student during their procedure of the admission.
Right. So basically, like every student has different profile and different background. So it's like going to be depending upon the profile of the student, whether he or she is eligible for the scholarship. And it has to be, it's not like that Aura is not entertaining scholarships. They are, but the like final decision has to be taken done by the admin team.
Yeah.
Okay. So regarding like many of the Asian students, it's not only about the Indian students. They have that fear factor of interview facing, that regarding the submission of their documentation into the VFS, what sort of questions they will be asked, whether they'll be getting rejected or not, because they have that pre-filmed in their minds that the higher success ratio of refusals are there while facing the interviews. So would you like to just clear this thing, or just give some sort of tips or guidance while facing the interview?
Yes, I'm going to actually start from talking about the interviews you would have with the school. So with us, you will have two interviews. Okay, one with my colleague and then one with myself. I'm I'm also an immigrant in Spain. Okay, so I understand more than anybody else the fact, that you're coming from another part of the world to, to try and succeed here in a way. So my main recommendation for the students are, don't be nervous, because the person on the other side of the call is also a human being. Okay, they also understand the situation. Um, we understand that there may be a very slight language barrier in a way, and to be honest, to be themselves. Okay, reading from a script for us is very frustrating. We want to have a full conversation with you. We want to get to know the student of how they are. So my recommendation is, be yourself, do not be nervous, and understand that on the other side of the phone or the call is another human being. Okay. If they get nervous, listen, just say, I'm a little bit nervous. Can I just take a breath? Things like this, which make us realize that, the student is really interested. So this is the main thing. And I from my experience, I do know that some students, when they present to the BLS office, they get this nervous as well. So to do their research, so, for about Valencia, about the school, about all their previous education, for them to know everything they can possibly can for these type of things. Because I am aware of sometimes they ask them one question or three questions, or they don't ask any
Right.
questions. So I also require students to know information about the city. Okay, they need to know very much where they're coming to or where the destination is. And this, if the visa officer is going to ask them, where are you going? What's the temperature like in Valencia? And they don't have an answer because they've just read from a script.
Right.
This is where they're gonna might go. It might
Right. Right.
seem a bit strange. So I do always say to everybody, do your own research.
Right.
Super important for this, and yet for them just to be themselves.
Right. So basically, it's like all those students, they should not only be limited to the research till the campus. They have to be very informative regarding the city as well.
Mm.
Because MSc officer from the BLS can be just questioning up anything. So they should be prepared enough, and with they should not lack the confidence level, because it's going to be doubtful from the other person's point of view. So there's nothing to worry. They, because the main questions and the answers is itself originating from the recipe only. Why they are opting this Spain study visa, why they wanted to go to Aura College, and so on. So need not to
Yeah.
worry about it, as you have already just recalled and recommended the guidance. Okay. So any student who is still confused, because most of the students are confused in the selection of the country. So how would you just give a clear picture that any student who is just like still clearing up with which countries should they apply for the Europe study visa. So how would we just counsel them why you should go for Spain? So what would you just suggest?
Okay, I have the best answer for this. This is the question I can answer very confidently. Spain is the the country with the most similar culture and temperature to India. Okay, so you're not going to the North European where it's going to be cold and it's going to be rainy and it's going to have snow. No, you're going to come to a country where we have 330 to 65 days a year of sun. We have great temperatures between 20 to 30 degrees. And their society and the people are super warm and welcoming that I personally know from experience in Northern European countries are not. Okay, so we have here in Spain and in Valencia this sensation of group and family, this culture that doesn't exist in other countries, and the temperature. And we have great food. These are my three
Right.
main topics.
Right. So I would just like to request all those students who are willing to start up their admissions regarding Spain study visa. Please start up the procedure. And we do have our channel partner Aura College from Valencia, and they have very great structure related to the varieties in programs. And as they said, they will be requiring only minimum percentage of 50 to 55 percentage in between regarding their academics, and without ITS still you can apply your process and start up the admission process. And we have nearest intake, that is September intake is the nearest, still we are open for the September. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
all right.
Yeah.
So all those students who have any doubts and queries, please feel free to reach out to us, Integrity Immigration Group. And so we are ending up the session. It's very it's been very informative from your end to just guide
Thank
all the
you.
students. Anything else you just wanted to add up?
Yes, just I would just like to say what I was saying before as about the interviews is I really motivate people to be themselves, be confident, and to want to go to different countries, to explore in different countries and going different places, even if it's not with us and with somebody somewhere else. These are going to open your horizons so much, and they're going to grow as a person. Okay, I cannot express more the my wish for everybody to be able to do this, because the experience is going to be amazing. I can assure
Right,
that.
right.
And I will always say that, go experience different countries with different people, with different studies, everything is an experience that people need to experience.
Right. So, all right. Looking forward to have inquiries and this is starting of more admissions. Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
today and providing all the information. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank you
good
very
day.
much. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.